and security is fully integrated into our efforts. Serving as National Security Advisor is one of the most difficult jobs in our government. But through it all, Jim, like the Marine he has always been, has been a dedicated public servant and a friend to me. After a lifetime of service, I know this was also an enormous sacrifice for the Jones family. Many of them are here today, and I want to thank them as well. Jim, like your father and uncle and generations of Joneses who served before you, you complete this assignment knowing that your country is safer and stronger. I thank you, and the American people thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I am also proud to announce that General Jones will be succeeded by his deputy and one of my closest advisors, Tom Donilon. Tom has a wealth of experience that will serve him well in this new assignment. He has served 3 presidents and been immersed in our national security for decades. Over the last 2 years, there's not a single critical national security issue that has not crossed Tom's desk. He has helped manage our national security team and the policy-making process, and won the respect and admiration of his colleagues in the White House and across the administration. He has a probing intellect and a remarkable work ethic, although it's one that depends on a seemingly limitless quantity of Diet Coke. Tom, however, is not the only valuable member of the Donilon team who works here at the White House. His wife, Kathy, who's here, has done an extraordinary job as Joe Biden's Chief of Staff. I'm grateful to the Donilon family for all the work that they've already done for our nation and for agreeing to take on this additional responsibility. We have some huge challenges ahead. We remain a nation at war, and we will not rest in our efforts to disrupt, dismantle, and defeat al-Qaeda. And above all, we are committed to forging the kind of American leadership that can shape the world in the 21st century, just as we shaped the world in the 20th. A world of greater peace, a world of growing markets and expanding prosperity, a world of shared security, a world where American leadership enlists the support of old allies and new partners while advancing the values that help keep us safe and make America a beacon to the world. That is the kind of American leadership that Jim Jones has always stood for, and the kind of leadership that Tom and my entire national security team will continue to work for in the years to come. So with that, I want to once again personally thank Jim for his outstanding service and offer the mic to him to say a few words.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Mr. President, thank you very much for your extraordinarily kind words and for your confidence in me these past 2 years. When we first met just a little over 2 years ago, I found it impossible to resist your invitation to once again serve the nation, and accepted to be your National Security Advisor. Another reason I did so was because I was persuaded that you were willing to take on the hard issues of our time at a very, very difficult moment in our nation's history, spanning the difference between 2 very different centuries, the 21st century and the 20th century. And I have enjoyed this assignment immensely because of this willingness to engage these difficult issues and to do the right thing for the country. And I believe that where we are today in the global playing field and how the United States is held in the esteem of the rest of the world is an accomplishment that I frankly find astonishing in such a short period of time. And Mr. President, we owe all of this to your leadership, and I thank you for letting me be a part of it. I would also like to emphasize that I've thoroughly enjoyed working with the Vice President, and I'd like to also mention that the First Lady and Dr. Biden have been an inspiration to all military families and men and women in the armed forces of the United States by the work they continually do to make them feel loved and appreciated in all that they do. None of this could have been possible, none of these achievements could have been possible without my teammate and friend, Tom Donilon. Tom and I got together just shortly before the inauguration, and we scratched out a vision for how we might best help the 44th President of the United States in fulfilling his demanding duties with regard to national security. We did it on a piece of paper not far from here. And for the last 2 years, it's been just a rare privilege to be working side by side with Tom as the national security staff for the 21st century and for the 44th president came to life. Tom has been an extraordinary ally. He is one of the hardest working human beings I have ever seen. And my only advice that I could give him is when he becomes a national security advisor, he finds himself a deputy just like he was to me. And I think his family will appreciate that quite a bit. So Tom, I do thank you. I admire you. You have been, the work that you have done has enabled me to do other things that are also hopefully important. But you've been the man that kept the trains running on time, and your energy and your dedication is without equal. And I thank you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you, Tom. I would also be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the hard work of